Hi there. This is my first Vinyl Finds video of 2012, as it is sort of a response to Dereck's thread. You know, what are the first records you bought in, well, this year? It's not a record; it's a bunch of records. But before that, I'm basically going to bitch about Goodwills a little bit. You know, I found some really good stuff, but here's the thing. I think I did mention a Goodwill not too long ago where I found records that were scratched. I did go to the same Goodwill and bought a couple of records there that I checked. Didn't have any scratches on them, thank God. But there were records that were scratched, and one record in particular, I do have a copy of it myself, but it's a record that I want to share with the vinyl community, and I can't because it is literally, you know, scratched to hell. It's the first record by Al Quinn called Marks. It's more of a jazzy prog album, and I really wanted to pick it up and send it off to someone as a gift. I had like 2 people in mind, but I'm not doing it because I'm not picking up a record for, what was it, $3, $4, that is totally scratched to shit. It was unplayable. The cover was destroyed, the LP was scratched. I don't get it. They're not checking their vinyl? Probably not. They're just looking on the internet, seeing what it's worth, and then sticking a price on it and demanding money for a scratch record. It's only one Goodwill that does that. Other Goodwills have, you know, tiny scratches on their records, but they are still playable. This Goodwill, you have to really check out the vinyl. Because you're bound to pick up a really scratch record. Anyway, I did pick up some cool stuff. First up, 7 inches. A lot of stuff by one band, Dutch band, The Nits. This is Red Tape from their 1981 album Work. This is one of my favorite albums. It's more electronic. On this CBS label, and you know, I really like this band. This is a band that I gotten very big into in 2011. Don't know if I'll be able to find more records by them, but if anyone's interested, you know, drop me a line. I'll see if I can pick up some records by them. This is another Nits record, a 7-inch from the album Kilo. This is Sketches of Spain. This is a record I did send to Fred Big Star, and this particular song he really enjoyed. So I found the 7-inch for it, and I also found a 7-inch for Nesio, or Neskio, I don't know how you pronounce it. This is from their album Omsk from 1983. Just a really good song, and just a great band. If you like new wave-ish kind of electronic art pop, something like that, this is a great band. Also picked up Ultrafox, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes. To be quite honest, you don't see Ultrafox 7 inches that often. These are all probably from the same seller. As you can see, there's writing all over it. But yeah, these are pretty nice 7 inches that I found. Now on to the vinyl. First 2, these are on alphabetical order. The first 2 are records more or less to complete my collection of that artist. It's not complete yet, but it's you know, the 80s stuff is nearly complete, let's just say that. Lazarus is a big fan of this artist. Edamant, friend or foe. two hits on here, Friend or Foe, Goody Two Shoes. This is a solid, solid, pop album. It's got the Burundi beats that Adam and the Ants were famous for, and this is just a lot of fun. This is a fun record. I really enjoyed this. Never had a copy of this. I always enjoyed Adam and the Ants, but somehow I never picked up their later stuff and his solo stuff. Also picked up Vive le Rock, which is not as good. I don't know, it does have the original insert or inner sleeve. It's in reasonable shape, but it's not a great album. This is his, I believe, third solo album from 1985. Next up, I had seen this before, but I never picked it up. Now I just thought, what the hell? Let's see. Justin Hayward and John Lodge, Blue Jays. This is on the Threshold label. And these guys were part of the Moody Blues, and this is on the Moody Blues label. And it's got the cover art of the guy who did most of the Moody Blues covers. And these are the guys, Justin Hayward and John Lodge, and it comes with an insert with the lyrics inside. It is very comparable. It can be compared. My English is bad. It can be compared to the Moody Blues, but it's not as good as the Moody Blues. It's just pretty good, symphonic pop, if you will. I like it. It has little prog moments, but it's more poppy, and yeah, it's a decent album. Now, the next one, I am so happy I found this. I kind of did mention when Dereck did the, first record bought in 2012 thread, I did wrote a little text message saying that I picked up a record featuring someone from the Red Crayola, Mayo Thompson, and it's an album which by a band who I hope will be the next big thing in the vinyl community, because they deserve it. They're original. They're just way out there. I consider them, the Captain Beefheart of punk rock. It is Pere Ubu, The Art of Walking. This is a Goodwill find. It is. Original copy on Rough Trade Records. This is just Fred, a monster of a record. Pere Ubu is a monster of a band. Just wonderful. You gotta get used to the vocalist, David Thomas. He's got that off-key kind of singing, but it works so perfectly with the crazy electronic and experimental sounds that these guys have. Yeah, I really hope people in the vinyl community will catch on to this band, because it is about time people discover Pere Ubu for what it is, and not just, the modern dance or dub housing. Those are masterpieces, but there are other stuff like this one, or Songs of the Bailing Man. They're classics. They need to be picked up by members of the vinyl community. So this is a recommendation, people. Pick it up. Then a jazz fusion / prog album, I guess. I don't know. It's very different from their stuff that I did know. It's Soft Machine with softs. This does not have Kevin Ayers in it. This does not have Robert Wyatt in it. Is it any good? Yeah, it's good, but it's different. It's not as good as the early Soft Machine stuff. It's very jazzy, and like I said, jazz fusion comes to mind. This is from 1976, I believe. I have this thing with Soft Machine. You see something by Soft Machine, especially if it's in a good one and it's in good shape, pick it up because you're not going to be disappointed. But like I said, it's not as good as their first two, maybe three albums, but it's still, a really good album. Also picked up 3 albums by one artist that 24dB did a focus video on, several focus videos actually, a series of, and that is Vangelis. Yeah, I'm like, as you can see, I'm just continuing my journey into prog with these records, Soft Machine, and Vangelis. I started that in 2011, and I will continue. This is Opera Sauvage, soundtrack for a TV series. It's the gatefold on Polydor, 1979. I haven't really listened to this one yet, but I will delve into it later on. Also found from the same year, 1979, the album China, which is another gatefold, and again on Polydor. Like Opera Sauvage, it's not a record I've listened to that much. I've just sampled it, and it sounds good. Atmospheric, ambient at times, electronica, good stuff. And I also picked up this one. I didn't know if 24dB showed it. This is See You Later from 1980. This one has the original inner sleeve. It's again on Polydor. And what I sampled of this is that it's a lot more synth poppy-ish. It's very much into the synth pop sound of that late 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Like the previous two Vangelis records, I still need to dive into this, but these are the first batch of records that I picked up. It's a decent amount, it's a good starter. It's got friggin' Perubu and Soft Machine in it, so I think 2012 will be a really good vinyl year. Yeah, so this is my recent vinyl finds, plus my entry in the thread started by Dereck. Have a good one. Peace.